Hi there, we're going to do noodles today. Now this is not, standard spaghetti. We're going to do Oriental noodles. Most people know, well, all students know about ramen. These are the cheapest noodles you can buy. They're about 75 cents for a thing like that. And inside it, there's a little package, which is absolutely terrible. That's the best thing to do with that. Because you can go and buy, if you are on a sort of a budget of your own, you can go and buy a great packet of noodles like this. And see that? It looks a little different, but it's the same. But this lot costs less than that. So that's what I'm going to use. So we're going to do, just to show you how quick and easy it is, we're going to do a whole bunch, we're going to do 2 different ramen noodles, really quick ones. You can do this when you come home from work. You teach kids to do it. It's great. You want 2 saucepans, if you're going to do 2, but of course if you're only going to do 1, you only need 1 saucepan. Put in some oil, and if you're going to do Chinese style, which is basically, you can use peanut oil or different stuff, but you don't need a lot of stuff to mess with. There's the oil. You need an onion, and you need some vegetables. If you're going to do it with chicken, which I am, one of them, you're going to need some chicken. So you get a bit of chicken, and you board, and you cut it up. And we're not going to use all the chicken. I'm just going to use half of it. We don't need a lot. We'll cut it up fairly small and be very Chinese about it, because meat in most Chinese food is just more of a garnish than the absolute essential basis of it. So there's our bit of chicken. Front one or back one? Back one, okay. There it goes, in there. And we'll just dump that there. Right, now that one's going. Spud it around, put some ginger with it. I put slices of ginger. That's a clean knife, yeah, right. We'll put slices of ginger in the oil, and this is the best way to do it. And we're going to cut them into little shreds. Get some fresh ginger. There you go. 1 in each, right? This one, put the onion in, because we're going to do, that's the vegetarian one, all right? We want some carrot.
God damn it.
Right. Carrot goes in both of them, so we just cut it, a couple of carrots up. Right, carrots for you, and carrots for you. Okay, asparagus in with the chicken, or you want asparagus in with the chicken? Okay, then we'll just cut the asparagus out. You don't need a lot, just a little bit to give it flavor. Cut it, get rid of that paper. Cut it crosswise again. In goes the asparagus, in there. We're going to put tofu in the vegetarian one. So again, get the tofu. A bit more, all right. Cut it into small bits like that, and toss that in there. Get a spoon and give things a stir. Chicken, we'll give it a stir. Imagine, see, this was a wok. You'd think it was all right to have this kind of high heat if it was a wok, but it isn't a wok. It's a saucepan, because you haven't got a wok. So that's what you do. Now we're going to put the chicken and the broccoli. We'll just get the broccoli cut into nice little bits that will cook quickly. Get rid of that tofu. Nice little bits that will cook quickly. And there you go. See, you're trying not to great thick bits of stalk. Yeah? Cut it fairly thin. Then it will cook quickly. That's enough. All right, let's see how we are here. Right, there's our chicken. nearly cooked because the heat's so high. There's our asparagus. We want some salt. There's all that salt in the packets you buy. You can put as much as you want in. We want some pepper, of course. And we've got ginger in there giving it a flavour. And see, all those things are all letting their juices come out. They're what is making what would be stock. So you don't have to do it 2 goes in a row. You don't need any other saucepans than what you've got here. Stir it all around. Get it all kissed by the hot oil. Ginger we've got in there. We didn't put any onion in there. Let's put a bit of onion in there just to keep ourselves honest. And if you cut the onion up fairly small, it cooks very quickly. Drop it in there. Give it a stir. And just as if it was a wok. All right? So you're doing it in a saucepan, and then you want to make stock for it. What do? You make stock for it. You put boiling water in out of the kettle. There you are. There's your stock in there. There's your stock in there. And then what do? You want to cook the noodles? Sure. You put the noodles in like that. Another packet of noodles. You put it in like that. And poke it down a bit. And keep it boiling. In 2 minutes it will be done. And in 2 minutes I will be back. Noodle soups, they're done. There's our vegetarian one. There's the one with the chicken. The vegetarian one would flavour it. A little bit of oyster sauce. Doesn't need a lot. And maybe a little bit of sesame oil if you want to. And then the chicken one, we just put a little bit of soy sauce in there. That's all you got to do. And it's done. Stir it around. 2 minutes we'll cook it. And then you just... There we go. We'll put them into a bowl. Let me get at this. See. Look at that broth. I mean, with that, it's just boiling water that got all these nice things in it. Okay? And here's the other one. Look at this one. This is the vegetarian one. Different noodles, but same sort. It's just ramen. Okay? Now what I like to do, this isn't really Chinese, but it's Japanese basically, but it's a very good thing to do, is just to break an egg on top of the bowl. One on there. And just let it cook in the hot. It's lovely. It's a real meal, and it's dirt cheap, very easy. And let's, let's just leave that there to cook. Okay? Now this is another kind of noodle. This is udon. It's a thick noodle. Sometimes it's like a Shanghai noodle. But you can find these in all the supermarkets now. And all that's got to take to cook is about maybe 1 minute into boiling water. So I've got some boiling water there. I'll show you what we do to make it into a really great supper in a hurry. Pan on and let it get hot. We'll need a bit of oil for it. Put that in a minute. We're going to need an onion. And everything needs onions, I think. Just cut the onion up so it's there. That's ready to go. If you haven't got a proper onion, use green onions. Celery, we want some celery. The nice thing to do with celery is to cut it really fine. Cut it on the diagonal, and it looks better, and for some reason, it cooks better. So there we are, we've got celery. Right, we want some. We're going to put this in it, nice bok choy. We're going to put some pepper in it, and a red pepper too. Okay, cut it all so it's going to cook quickly. That's the trick to this. You hear the noises in the back of Chinese restaurants, and it's people out there chopping stuff up. And that's what it is. So there we go. Pepper, yellow pepper. We've got everything ready. You don't have to have a wok. You can do this right there. Some garlic, of course. We have some garlic. And we just squash it. Now, there's the pan, hot. In goes the oil. All right. Now, a little bit of beef. And you don't need a lot. Again, if you cut it nice and thin, that's the real secret. But cut it. And if you can manage to get it slightly frozen, it will cook much. It will slice better, and it will cook almost as quickly. So there, hot oil, beef into the pan. There we go. Sludge it around that it quickly change color. You can be fussy if you want and put cornstarch on it. Turn over. That doesn't want to turn over for me, does it? There you go. You can do all kinds of things, but we're not going to bother right for now. Wooden spoon. Toss it and turn it and get it going. We've got everything ready to go here. I'm going to put that there. Everything ready to go in. There's the garlic and there's the onion ready to go. Here's our bok choy. We're going to cut that so that it doesn't into long skinny bits, because bok choy needs virtually no cooking. And while that's happening, we'll dump the noodles into the boiling water. The fat noodles. I'll just put that thing in there to get it out with later, so I'll put that there. Right, everything's ready to go. And here we go. Now it'll turn over. That's it. Keep the heat up really high. Now this is going to take about 2 minutes to cook. As soon as we dropped a bit down there, that's better. And it's going to take about 2 minutes to cook, so I'm going to put the onion in now. And I'm going to put in the celery, because that's a hard one. That needs high heat. And I'm just going to put a little bit of salt on top of it. And some ginger, because I like the ginger flavor to go in there. And I'm going to grate it, as I say, because it will cook it quickly. There we go. I used to have a cuisine minceur back in a long time, the thin people's cooking. I'm going to have a cuisine grater. I think that's the way to do that. A bit more ginger on there. Okay. Did we put the salt on there? Did we? Thank you. And just, here we go. Toss it. And when you're doing this, if the phone rings, don't answer it, because you have to concentrate on cooking this kind of food. We're going to cook it really, really quickly. All right, so there we go. That's started. You see, it's all changing color, going transparent. In goes the pepper. That's going to get the high heat on it now. And as soon as that's gone just a little bit transparent, I'm going to put in bok choy. And that'll take about 2 or 3 minutes. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, so don't go away. Put a little oyster sauce in there now to give it a little bit of flavor and a little bit of sesame oil. And then the noodles, we just put the noodles right, it's hot. I'll put the noodles right on top of that, like that. Just toss them so they all get coated, and then when you tip it upside down onto the plate, let's do it in a big fancy plate here. We've got our whole great thing there. almost yakisoba, but it's not yakisoba. It's udon. All right, that's that one. No, we're going to make a salad. This is this strange rice vermicelli. And this one, we don't even have to have boiling water. You just have to have hot water. And you put this again, you can buy them in most supermarkets. Put that in there like that. And here's some ice. I'll just put a little bit of water in there because I want to make this into a really great salad. Now, to make the salad, if you've got fresh shrimp, that's just fine. If you haven't got fresh shrimp, you have to open a can. And if you're in a real hurry, and it's summertime and you want quick salad, here we go. We just open this can of shrimp, and there it is. The big thing, again, is to drain them and wash them. I've got the strainer here, I'll do this. So put them in and wash the sort of salty preservative stuff they have on top of them. And then they're much better. They start to look like shrimp. I'll let you have a look at them. There you are. Okay, right. Now, those noodles have been in there long enough. What did I do with my picker outer? I haven't got, here it is. Here it is. Those are now cooked enough to use. I'll just take them out of there and put them, what did I do with the ice water? I put it right there. You should have told me. And just put that in there. Now we make a dressing. We get a bowl and we put into the bowl some honey. About a tablespoonful of honey. There. We put in some nice ground chili sauce. Again, you can buy this in any supermarket. Have a good, there, that's a nice lot of stuff. A little bit of sesame oil. But if you don't want to put all this stuff in, a little bit of soy sauce. There we are. We want some fresh ginger. Here we go. Fresh ginger. You can, if you want to, you can cut it very thin and very fine and turn it into something different, but I just grate it because it's quicker. Fresh ginger is nice. We want some lime juice. This is very, very Thai. Lots and lots of limes. Lots and lots of, just give them a good squeeze. And though you get more juice out of them if you drop them in boiling water for a minute or give them 30 seconds in the microwave. But we didn't do that, so we get a little bit less out of it. There's our dressing. Just like that, we'll sort of whiz that all up together. And we put a little bit of sesame oil in there. That's the dressing ready to go. Now, out comes, I've got to drain this again. This is now cold. And we'll just drain it. And it doesn't matter if there's a few ice cubes left in there, because you want it good and cold. This is a real summery salad. Toss it nice and dry. Give it a good look. If you want to, play with it. Right. Salad on the plate. Make a little nest. Shrimp in the middle. Okay. And it's washed shrimp. It's got that canned flavor of it. Of course, if these were fresh shrimp, it would be totally different. And then over the top of it, pour all this nice dressing. And that will slowly soak in there. And you toss it all together. You get some cilantro leaves. And you can make it look gorgeous by putting those around it. And you cut a few up and mix it in with it. And that's a noodle salad, which is a pretty quick thing to do. That was a quick thing to do, and that was a quick thing to do, and this is a quick thing to do. Don't go away, I'll be back to say goodbye.
The Urban Peasant has been brought to you by Whirlpool Home Appliances, a job well done. The Dairy Farmers of Canada, bringing something good to the table.
I ate my way through university on peanut butter sandwiches. We had a breakfast, lunch, and supper about 3 weeks of the month. Nowadays, if you want something quick and cheap and in a hurry, there's noodles. Look what we did today with these just Oriental noodles. We did this thick one, the soba, very, very quick. We did the ramen, the packet stuff, but we made our own version of it. One was vegetarian, and the other one had chicken in it. They both taste good. And then we made a quick salad. If you want to be fussy and have salad as well as a main course, that's what we did. You know, it's quick and it's easy and it's nice. It's good food. Noodles may be hard if you're meat and potatoes determined, but it's worth thinking about changing your diet sometimes. And shrimp don't taste like real shrimp, no matter what anybody says, but sometimes you're stuck, you've got no way you've got to have them. So open the can, wash them off, and put a little bit of extra flavor in there, something like sesame oil or some strong flavor. That's the best way to use them. Thank you for coming. I'll see you, and I hope you see me again. And, you know, nothing quicker, nothing easier than noodles. I'm going to sit down and eat them now, because if there's anything better than cook them, it's eating them. Bye.